So there's the bumper, if you guys have seen it, but we're going to be trying to modify it and doing a video right now where I'm redoing the HID in the light force. But for now I might actually just put the regular halogen light force on. As you can see, it's snowing again today. Back here, I've actually already taken the bumper off, the little chrome bumper you've seen on most of my videos. You can see this back frame support here is also part where the rear body mount adds up. Now this piece I pounded back in place, but it's only tacked from the frame in two spots. The frame comes right here, it's tacked here and here, and this got ripped before I even owned it. I didn't even know it was like that until I went to jack up the back of my truck one day, and the bumper just kept bending, and it wasn't really the bumper bending, it was these brackets here that were just pulling and ripping this up. So I think the plan is to rip out this C channel and replace it with just a big piece of steel C channel. Weld it back up to the frame. Hopefully my welder's strong enough to hold up to that, and might have a local welding shop to do it. And then we can start building our bumper. But I don't want to build a bumper on a crappy piece of steel off the back. So, well, I was gonna do some installation stuff, but I kind of don't want to open my hood. Alright, got the old one out. Mounting hardware is almost identical, so it should be a cinch to get back in there. You can see this one had its heyday, and you can see by the weird melting and tape from the previous owner, and the highly suspect cord is the reason I never wanted to plug this in. So I just put a bypass hose in there. So pretty simple. This is going to go up to the heater core. This is coming out of the engine block down below, and get her done. Now, I actually have two T's in my heater line. This one is from a Prestone flushing kit. It allows me to hook a garden hose up to here. You may have seen that in my video when I did the flushing for the water pump. Pretty sure I filmed that. Anyway, there's a little one-way valve connector in here that puts in a garden hose and allows the garden hose from the top to put fresh water all the way through the system and pump it out. Over here is almost identical T-valve in here. I've got it all set up. I just had a bypass hose here set up coming in, so we're just going to cut that a little bit shorter, put them in, use some clamps, and then we're going to plug it in, see what kind of temps we get. There's some old hardware for you. When was the last time you saw a square nut? Alright, we got it in there. Very simple tools. I do always keep extra heater hose. I just buy it by the foot, and so I used a little bit extra just to keep these extended a little bit farther. I'm going to zip tie the bottom one down there, but that's her all in there now. Let's get her plugged in and see if she leaks. Alright, I'm about to plug it in. Just want to note that the truck hasn't been started. There's a manual gauge, doesn't have to have the truck on. This is completely dead cold. And I'm going to plug it in and see what she gets up to. It's a 1500 watt heater, so not very big, but let's see. Alright, this thing's all plugged in. Hoses are almost too hot to hold. No temperature reading on the gauge, but I did find a couple a nick in the back of this one, so I'm glad I was here. But yeah, the hoses are hot, nothing's leaking. No temperature reading, but I'm gonna go ahead and unplug this and drive around and just double check, make sure under pressure that nothing's leaking, and then we'll try it tonight and see what happens over an extended evening. If you're real quiet, you can actually hear it. Just gurgling a little bit. You can't hear the pump, but again, all the hoses are warm. This thing's been going for a little while. Top radiator hose is warm. Take you around here. Top neck is warm. bypass hose plenty warm, and water pump and everything is plenty warm. Radiator's not too warm, but I can show you that in there. The water temperature is reading about 180, and it's about 30 degrees outside, just below freezing, and it's about almost 10 o'clock at night. I think she's gonna work just fine. Now, I did decide to relocate the power plug down the brake line. I am going to have to find some sort of a cover for it, so it just doesn't get all gunked up and rusted. But it'll work out. I got plenty of access next to the wheel here.